Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
I would like to see more continuity, more the community working together more closely.
3 years ago today, a horrible tragedy at Robb Elementary, how the community is rebuilding and what they're doing today to remember the lives that were lost. Plus, the price of freedom, the new monument that stands to honor those who gave their all for our nation. Good morning.
Good morning. The Sarahs are back, baby.
We haven't done a show together, and you said, what, 5 months?
In 5.5 months since my son was born. We have not done a show together.
We both had babies.
We both had babies. We're back.
We're back.
We're missing our babies, of course.
Yeah.
They're both hopefully sleeping right now.
Hopefully.
So we'll have some pictures of Dottie a little later.
Sure.
Awesome.
Sure.
Okay, well, happy to have you back, Sarah, on the anchor desk. It is Memorial Day weekend, and it's going to be a hot and humid one for us. 78 degrees outside in San Antonio right now, 75 in Bulverde, 74 in Kerrville, 75 in Uvalde, 76 in Pleasanton. Humid. Here's a look at the current dew points. Dew points are in the 70s. That is at the top of the scale. Tropical air mass. This means we're going to have a heat index value today. Here's a look at your Memorial Day weekend forecast. 98 today, but feeling like 103. 97 tomorrow, feeling like 102. So today and tomorrow, pretty similar. It's Monday, Memorial Day itself, that we are going to be on the lookout for a few showers and storms, but particularly during the second half of the day and into the evening. So I don't want you to cancel your Memorial Day plans, but I do want you to be aware that there could be some storms on that day itself. We're going to talk more about that storm chance in just a bit, but a lot of people heading to our local lakes and reservoirs, and they are low. Canyon Lake only 45% full, 32 feet below the conservation pool, and Medina Lake, a puddle, 2% full right now, 95 feet below the conservation pool. We're also seeing Choke Canyon, Amistad, and Buchanan lower than average. Choke Canyon only 14% full. So that's a look at the state of our lakes, but we did have some rain in the last couple of days. What about our rivers? Tubing season unofficially starts this weekend. I'll have a look at your rivers and, of course, Monday's storm chance coming up.
Thank you, Sarah. The heartache in Uvalde hasn't faded, and today marks 3 years since that massacre at Robb Elementary. In the days after the shooting, the team with the Children's Bereavement Center of Texas headed there to help, and they never left. They've been able to help over 1,000 children understand how to cope with their grief.
I think they're more resilient. I think they've learned how to manage the ones that we've served. I think the children that we've served have learned how to manage their anxiety, how to understand and identify their emotions. That's a big thing for children.
And the CEO says they plan to stay in Uvalde as long as they are needed. And progress is also coming along on the new Legacy Elementary School in Uvalde. That's the one that will replace Robb Elementary. Safety and security were top of mind as the campus was being designed and developed. Some of the features are obvious in plain sight. Our Ernie Zuniga got an exclusive behind-the-scenes preview of the campus.
Just from coming on board in October of 2022 and working with the families and working with the parents and working with the administrators on the design of it, it's a great team effort and going to be something that the Uvalde community will be able to enjoy for many years to come.
800 3rd, 4th, 5th grade and special needs students will call Legacy Elementary home in the fall. As of now, the building should be finished by August 6th. KSAT also got a chance to sit down with Uvalde's new mayor, Hector Luevano. In his first sit-down television interview since becoming mayor, Mr. Luevano told us he plans to honor the victims of the tragedy and help the people of Uvalde prepare for their futures.
I would like to see more continuity, more the community working together more closely. I'm not too sure what it's going to take to do that, but I do plan to at least meet more often with the community, with the business people, the school districts.
The mayor says he also wants to focus on repairing the city's streets and infrastructure. And hearing the news of tragedies like Uvalde shooting, or even just as a parent hearing of a planned school shooting, can trigger a lot of fear and other emotions. The recent news of the alleged planned school shooting and the upcoming anniversary in Uvalde can bring up emotions that might bubble up. So in times like these, it's important to care for yourself and each other. With a clinician at San Antonio Behavioral Health Care Hospital who says it's okay to have a reaction and feelings to this news. It's not time only for parents to take that time for themselves, but also to touch base with their school-aged children.
I just want people to realize that it is absolutely okay to feel the way that they feel. We are talking about our children. Our children are our future. They are the most vulnerable population that we have. And if anything, we should be working to protect them, to make them feel safe, to create safe spaces for them, and to allow them to share their voice in a very powerful way and listen to them and allow them to help us guide what it is that they need.
So your insurance might help cover the cost of counseling. You can also check on KSAT.com to find resources at no cost or low cost in the community. Later today, there will be a candlelit vigil for the victims. KSAT will be in attendance and will bring you more on how the community is moving forward. That's going to be in our later shows. Switching gears, 2 people are dead after a nasty rollover car crash. In San Antonio, police say it's still unclear what caused it. It happened around 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon on Southeast Loop 410 and Morzon Boulevard. That stretch of road was closed for hours as crews worked to clean up that wreckage. And as soon as we learn more about that incident or what led to the crash, we'll be able to update you. 606, 70 degrees. Coming up on GMSA, a warning ahead of Memorial Day weekend, why researchers expect more road rage in San Antonio. Plus, there's a lot of road work around town. What progress is being made? So we have a look at one project that is seeing an update in the next coming days.
And outside of live cam, it is a humid morning as we start this extended weekend. A lot of outdoor activities this weekend. A lot of people trying to enjoy tubing on the rivers. I've got your river forecast coming up.
Well, this Monday is Memorial Day, like we've talked about, and many places around San Antonio will be closed. The list includes City Hall and most municipal offices. They resume regular hours Tuesday. But public safety and emergency services and animal control will be open on Monday. As for sanitation, like garbage, recycling, organic collections, those will be normal all week. 6:10 and 78 degrees. Coming up on GMSA, if you're feeling frustrated by the amount of road work going on around our city, there may be a silver lining. Okay, the area nearing construction that's nearing completion, and what's happening with it next week that you're going to want to look out for. Well, with a growing city like San Antonio, it's no surprise to see all of the construction. It feels like it's everywhere, right? And that includes a project on the west side at Culebra Road and Highway 211. But here is the good news, okay? It's now 65% complete, so it's more than halfway done. But we have heard comments and concerns from our viewers. So our RJ Marquez and Alex Gomez hit the road to get you some answers and check out the construction project for themselves.
Time for another adventures of RJ and Alex on the road in Drive Cam, and we have heard several complaints, several emails, messages that we've gotten about the construction going on 471 and 211. Alex, being out here, what are your thoughts on all the work being done?
Oh, there's a lot of work being done. I mean, you got barriers, you got barrels, cones.
We have got a lot of homes that are being built as well. So I know that that's also adding to just the amount of these trucks that you're seeing. There are also a lot of different businesses that seem to be popping up along with the subdivisions. What's the traffic situation out here like, Jared?
Awful right now. Cutting through here, traffic, especially at 5 o'clock or during rush hour and early morning, is horrible.
You've seen a lot of homes and subdivisions being built also?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. A bunch of them are opening up, but of course everybody, goes to their own. But yeah, no, it's really great to see, people coming in. But yeah, it's harder to get around.
We reached out to TxDOT with obviously some of your concerns about what is going on here, and here exactly is what TxDOT is telling us specifically about Culebra Road. This is going to turn into a 2-lane undivided roadway into a 4-lane divided roadway. That's going to be a 3-mile stretch from FM 471 from 211 all the way to Old FM 471. This project is now 65% complete, $50 million cost. And the bridge at Highway 211 and FM 471 will ultimately allow drivers to bypass that entire intersection and continue heading north or south. It has been constructed, but is not open to traffic just yet.
It'll speed up a lot of movement, especially because we have to stop right here. But once this overpass opens up, I can imagine cars just kind of flying through.
What is it for you that's been the most frustrating?
It just seems like they're always 10 years behind. What they're building now is probably not sufficient for what's going to be happening in the next year or two.
Would you still trade living out here, or you're happy being out here?
It's a beautiful big city, traffic everywhere you go, and I wouldn't give it up just for this area.
Well, you may have noticed Sarah Costa is back. Sarah, you are back from maternity leave.
As you know, it's so hard to come back.
It is so hard. That first week, oh my goodness.
It's hard. It's hard, but it's been very welcoming. Everyone in the newsroom's been great. And the viewers, of course, I've gotten nice messages, so thank you guys.
Well, I'm happy to have you back. And of course, I've met Miss Dottie a couple of times. She's an angel baby. Tell us about her, Sarah.
Well, she's super swollen there.
Well, that's right after she was born.
That was right after she was born, and that's my husband there.
But I love her smile in this picture.
She's like, I think the only picture she might look like me. She stole my husband's face completely.
Oh, she's beautiful.
But yeah, she's actually 3 months. She turned 3 months yesterday, and she is healthy. She is sleeping, and
no, we were comparing babies.
But you know what?
We were comparing babies. Your baby's sleeping good.
But you know what? Every baby's different. Every milestone is going to be a challenge for everybody. But we are so over the moon, and we love our Dottie girl. Her name is Odette. We call her Dottie, and I'm just so. I'm thrilled. I love her so much, and she's changed my life.
She is beautiful. I cannot wait until her and Everett are old enough to have play dates.
They're gonna be besties.
They're only 3 months apart.
I know.
Pretty crazy.
It's cool. It's cool to have kids at the same time as your friends.
It is so special. And what's also special? The fact that we got some rain yesterday.
Yeah, it surprised me.
And some of the rain fell on areas that are really benefiting our local rivers. What I'm showing you right now is the recent rain and the local rivers. Yes, along the Frio, we did see some rain. You can see that here. Some of that rain fell along the Frio, but most of it fell really closer to the Guadalupe. That being said, we are still looking at pretty slow flows on the Guadalupe and the Comal River. Here's a look at the river flow on the Guadalupe and the Comal at New Braunfels. So still looking at about a 3.5 to 4 hour float time on the Comal at New Braunfels, with 50 cubic feet per second being the current flow. But these numbers are up, believe it or not. So it's slow, but it's not as slow as it has been. Of course, today, Memorial Day weekend, kind of the kickoff of tubing season around here. And so if you're planning on going out, know that it's going to be hot today. Here's a look at your KSAT 12-hour forecast. We've got mostly cloudy skies to start our day. By 10, we'll be looking at a little bit more sun, 84. Around noon, it'll be mostly sunny and 90. Notice the winds will be from the south at about 10 to 15, so a bit of a breeze. And it's in the afternoon that we're really going to feel that humidity and the heat. Around 4 or 5 o'clock, we'll reach a high temperature of 98, but it's going to feel like 103 in San Antonio. And this evening, we're going to still be in the 90s after sunset. So a hot day on tap for us. Here's a look at the peak heat index values. Again, feeling like 100 to 105 around San Antonio. 104 is what it's going to feel like out in Carrizo Springs. 101 in Gonzales. 102 in Pleasanton. Feeling like the upper 90s in the Hill Country. The higher elevation helping out just a little bit, but still a hot day. All right, what about rain and the impact to your Memorial Day weekend? I've got to say that Monday, Memorial Day, and especially Monday Monday night, that's when showers and storms are most likely. That being said, it's only a 30 to 40% chance for you to see rain in your backyard, but it still could have a big impact depending on your outdoor plans. As we take a look at your clouds and radar, you can see that there are some severe storms across Oklahoma right now, but our next rainmaker is all the way out in California. This is going to pull a cool front across the state of Texas, mainly tomorrow and early on Monday itself. So you can see in the futurecast tomorrow night, areas across the Panhandle and out toward Dallas-Fort Worth could have some strong to severe weather. During the day on Monday, we're going to be watching these storms carefully because they're likely to meander south into the hill country and south central Texas. Our storm chance is less than that up near the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but that being said, if a storm develops, it would contain hail and winds, gusty winds possible. And so just keep that in mind. We are going to be on the lookout for some of those storms Monday and Monday night. Do not cancel your plans, but just have a backup in case if you need to duck inside if you do happen to get one of those storms. Otherwise, again, hot and humid. There are a few chances for showers and storms here and there next week, and even a weak cool front potentially dropping highs into the 80s next weekend, Sarah. So that's something positive. And again, we need any little bit of rain we can get.
Oh, absolutely.
It is a holiday weekend, though, so a lot of people heading to your neck of the woods, Corpus Christi, Rockport Bay area. I'll have a look at the beach and bay forecast coming up.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I like those lower 90s later in the week.
I know, and even upper 80s next weekend.
I will take it.
Pretty nice.
Thanks, Sarah. 622, 78 degrees. Hey, coming up on GMSA, early voting begins next week for that June 7th runoff. A look at the other important dates and information. Well, Election Day is June 7th in San Antonio, but you can vote before that. So early voting starts this coming Tuesday, May 27th. It runs through June 3rd. If you're registered to vote in San Antonio, you can vote in that mayor's race. Don't forget that 4 other city races are also in that runoff with several districts. People in districts 1, 6, 8, and 9 will pick their council members. And of course, we have what your sample ballot looks like, so you can print it out and be prepared for that before you go to actually vote. We have that on KSAT.com. It is 626, 78 degrees. Here's what's coming up on GMSA.
So if you're wondering where road rage happens the most in San Antonio, we asked. Numbers show that it's at crossovers and near construction.
Welcome back. It is 6:30 on your Saturday. It's Memorial Day weekend, so I know a lot of people are either coming to San Antonio for Memorial Day. Honestly, when I was driving on 35 North, everyone was going south. Because, you know, a lot of people are probably heading to the coast.
The beach.
Yeah.
Yep, and I've got that beach forecast here in a bit. But if you're staying in San Antonio, here's what the forecast looks like for today. It is going to be hot. We are still cloudy right now, but by 9 it'll be 82 and mostly cloudy. By the lunch hour, mostly sunny and in the 90s. 98 for the high today. That 98, though, is going to feel more like 103. It'll be a mild evening this evening with temperatures in the 80s. Here's a look at that beach and bay forecast for you. Today, 89 in Corpus Christi, Rockport, Port Aransas area. Tomorrow, 89. Generally, the bays will have a slight chop. Gulf seas anywhere from 2 to 4 feet. Monday, there's only a small 20% chance for an isolated shower or storm. Take a look at that water temperature, anywhere from 77 to 82. So it is a little bit warm in the water. Now, for San Antonio, we do have higher rain chances on Memorial Day, mainly during the evening hours. About 40% chance for showers and storms. What does that mean for your Memorial Day plans? I've got details and the risk for severe weather coming up in just a bit. Sarah.
Sarah, thank you. So within the past 24 hours, KSAT has learned not 1, but 2 educators in our area are facing allegations and legal accusations of having inappropriate relationships with students. So starting with this man, Christopher Mata, who works at Bandera High School, the Bandera County Sheriff's Office says it was notified by school administrators about a student outcry. So after the school learned that an alleged sexual relationship accusation was made against Mata. That led to an investigation and eventually Mata's arrest. So according to social media post, Mata is facing 3 charges: aggravated sexual assault, an improper relationship between a student and an educator, and invasive visual recording. Meantime, a Comal ISD dance teacher has resigned amid inappropriate conduct allegations. That teacher's name is Sarah Gruttle. She was listed as Canyon Lake High School's dance head coach. Although we checked, she is not on the high school staff directory, and KSAT in the district told KSAT that the alleged inappropriate conduct occurred during the 2020-2021 school year, and that the incident has been reported to the Texas Education Agency and local law enforcement. So we checked court records in Bexar, Comal, Hays, and Kendall counties and saw that Gruttle has not been charged. Well, all across San Antonio, while on the road, you've probably seen this billboard of a missing girl. Her name is Nevaeh Woods, and there's a new push by her loved ones to find her. Nevaeh was last seen March 1st in the 6400 block of Firestone Parkway. The new billboard campaign coming just ahead of National Missing Children's Day tomorrow. So it was created by the Texas Center for the Missing National Center for Missing and Exploited Children and Clear Channel Outdoors. If you know anything that could help police find Nevaeh, you're asked to call SAPD's Missing Persons Unit. That number is 210-207-7660. And now to a warning ahead of Memorial Day weekend. Researchers expect more road rage in San Antonio. Our Avery Everett shows the story of a local man who was once an aggressive driver, and he has a message for anyone who's about to get behind the wheel.
I wasn't thinking rationally at that point. All I could think about was getting the next one in me.
4 years feels like a lifetime to Colton Bunk.
I got sober when I was 23. I went on a high-speed chase downtown on Main Street in Fredericksburg, Texas. Crashed my truck doing like 77 or 78. Wasn't wearing my seatbelt. Put my face through my windshield, cracked my head open, broke 3 bones in my neck, all my ribs, my sternum, and my scapula. My memories came back to me really slowly.
He suffered a stage 3 brain injury and was in a coma for 11 days after drinking and driving and getting aggressive behind the wheel.
It's a real problem.
His story is just one of thousands in our city, and he's sharing it to change the statistics.
Road rage is really a severe community issue.
What does this survey tell you about San Antonio?
It's very dangerous on our roads now.
The Community Alliance of Traffic Safety is teaming up with UTSA to measure and track Bexar County's road rage.
This is the deadliest time of year for drunk driving and traffic crashes.
From a preliminary survey of people with a known history of aggressive driving, CATS and UTSA found 68% of people had issues with their anger and frustration, and about 30% had issues with substances.
We're seeing alcohol and drugs creep into this.
There's really no easy way to collect data on aggressive driving, is there?
We're getting better.
So if you're wondering where road rage happens the most in San Antonio, we asked. Numbers show that it's at crossovers and near construction.
I would avoid confrontation at all costs on this Memorial Day weekend.
You shouldn't be in fear every time you get in your car.
So how do we change it then?
We have a massive accountability problem.
A busy weekend expected on the roads, and that's the reason researchers are warning drivers to be on the lookout. Avery Everett, KSAT 12 News.
Avery, thank you. What is the price of freedom? That's the inspiration behind a new statue on the south side of San Antonio, which stands to honor those who have served our nation in the armed forces. KSAT spoke with the man who designed the statue, who told us that he wanted to depict both the men and women who made the ultimate sacrifice for the price of freedom.
The fact that since they're all holding each other, it represents the fact that we have an unbreakable bond for the veterans, whatever war they fought.
So Tony Roman also told us that this is an honor to live here in Military City, USA. The statue now stands at Veterans of Foreign Wars Post 9186 at 650 VFW Boulevard. Well, this coming Monday, May 26th, is Memorial Day, a time to honor the men and women who gave their lives in service to their country. And to help bring together local veterans and community Christian Assistance Military is holding their VFW Day of Service today. Members of the VFW Post 1533 will assist Christian Assistance Ministry by sorting clothing, preparing sandwiches and snack bags for the unhoused, and supporting additional on-site needs. So that's happening at 10 this morning at Christian Assistance Ministry. Happening today, an event with one mission in mind: helping wounded veterans. Hundreds of bikers taking a trip across the country, all to raise money for the Wounded Warriors Project. And it starts right here in San Antonio in just a few hours. So KSAT spoke with the man behind the mission to find out more about the event.
So what is the easiest, most practical way for people who can't obviously take the trip with you? How can they help?
Well, they can donate. We've got links on my website. It's adamsandoval.com. They can donate right there. And if they want to show up, they can show up. It doesn't matter if they're in a car or a motorcycle. I like to tell people I'm like Forrest Gump. I just ride every single day, and people can join me for as long or as little as they like and help raise awareness and money for our wounded veterans.
And that was my next question. So, people here in San Antonio might be excited to see everybody driving through. How can they follow you or, find you?
Well, the best thing you can do is Saturday we will be at Teddy Morris's Harley Davidson from 9:30 to 11 o'clock. They can show up there and meet us there. And here's the really cool thing. Harley Davidson, the motor company, has put up a brand new 2025 Harley Davidson. And when you show up to meet us at any one of our stops along this convoy, they've got a QR code. You can scan it, and you're automatically free of charge entered to win a brand new Harley Davidson.
Oh, wow.
That's a pretty good deal. I was struck because you mentioned off camera, you did not serve in the military, but this is quite an undertaking. This is something that takes a lot of effort, obviously. It takes a lot of time. What was it that ultimately kind of convinced you or inspired you to take on something like this?
Well, sure. I didn't serve in the military, and, a lot of temptations, bad choices kept me from doing that. And as I got older, I had friends who were retiring from the military and friends who didn't come home from the military. And I started to get struck with regret for not doing my part for the country. So this is just kind of my way of giving back. I've been doing different campaigns of philanthropy for veterans for 10 years now. And, I've just coined a little saying that says, if you did not serve in the military, find time to serve those who did. And that's what I try to do every year.
Also happening today is the Wimberley Strong Memorial Concert, which honors the 2015 Memorial Day flood victims. So it's happening from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. at Blue Hole Regional Park. Proceeds from the event will benefit local first responders, recognizing their heroic efforts during the flood and supporting ongoing disaster responsive initiatives across Texas. It is 6:39 and 70 degrees. All right, get paid to let your grass die. That's what the new program, it can help you save money and on your water bill, but will also help you, pay for new plants in the process. How to qualify and take advantage of this, that's coming up.
Yeah, my grass, it's actually looking okay right now, but
for now it's clinging.
I know. I'm interested to see what you say about that, Sarah. Outside right now, you can see clouds to start our day. It's mainly going to be a hot and humid Memorial Day weekend, but we do have a chance for some storms. Maybe that'll help out the aquifer. The aquifer, unprecedentedly low. We'll have those details coming up.
All right, welcome back. Okay, if you have a lawn, it's a struggle. Between the heat and severe drought, it's almost impossible to keep your grass alive. But San Antonio Water System wants you to consider just letting your grass die this summer. It's not that hard to do. And then replace it with native plants in the fall, and they're going to actually pay you to do it.
It's the largest non-edible crop in the United States, and we use more water on it than anything else that we grow in the U.S., and that seems kind of crazy.
Preach. I talk about this all the time. Get rid of your grass. Okay, so here's how it works. Pick a 200 square foot section of your struggling lawn to convert to a planting bed. You're going to take pictures of that lawn area before you convert it. Then you're going to head to this website, gardenstylesanantonio.com. You're going to apply for those Water Saver landscape coupons by June 20th. Then you just let your grass die. You can either pull it out or just simply let it die, which it probably will if you're not going to water it this summer because of severe heat and drought. You can submit those photos of your prepped mulch bed by July 1st. And then if you finish the beds and upload the photos by July 1st, SAWS will credit you not just $25 per coupon to your SAWS account in August. Then in September, they'll send you those coupons of $125 to buy 15 native plants for your new bed, and make sure you plant in the fall, not the summer, because your plants will die. Summer is not a planting season. It is the time where everything's just struggling to survive. And I go over all of this, of course, on KSAT.com, on our gardening segment. I did this program 2 years ago, and it's been the best thing ever, just getting rid of your grass.
And let me tell you, your lawn looks amazing. Your front yard looks amazing. It really stands out in your neighborhood. It's beautiful.
Thank you, Sarah. Well, a lot of work. It doesn't look too great right now because, taking care of a baby right now. All right, but this story, Sarah, we have to tell you about does not impact SAWS customer, and that's an important distinction we want to make. The Edwards Aquifer has issued stage 5 restrictions for their pump customers, which is something that I know we've been monitoring.
That's right. This is the first time in the Edwards Aquifer Authority's history that they've had to issue stage 5 water restrictions. It is unprecedented. That, again, not for SAWS customers, in effect, is still stage 3 water restrictions, but it's important to know that the Edwards Aquifer Authority has issued the stage 5 restrictions for pumpers, which means that 44% restrictions are now in effect for SAWS, okay, goodness gracious, let me take a deep breath here.
Okay.
For pumpers that use Edwards Aquifer water, they have to restrict their usage by 44%.
So pumpers are like farmers, or even I know SAWS is considered a pumper.
SAWS is a pumper, so whatever water they use from the aquifer, they have to reduce by 44%. But the reason why SAWS customers do not have to go into stage 5 water restrictions is because SAWS can use other water resources in addition to the aquifer.
So the pumpers are really a lot of the farmers.
Exactly. And it is unfortunate because we are under intense drought conditions in San Antonio. So I've got to look at those drought conditions right now. Let's go ahead and take our graphics, and you can see that we've got exceptional drought out there. I've outlined the exceptional drought here in this dark maroon color. This dark maroon color is the exceptional drought, or the worst case scenario drought. Now, the good news is in the last couple of days, we have seen some rainfall along the exceptional drought. You can see that near Comfort, we've seen about 2 to 3 inches of rainfall just within the last 2 days out near Comfort. 3.5 near Johnson City, about 3 inches of rain too. Near Leon Springs, about more than an inch. So all of this fell along the area that is experiencing exceptional drought. It'll be interesting to see if we see any improvement in the drought conditions. I personally think we need a lot more rain than this to see much improvement. And as we look at your Memorial Day weekend, there is a chance for rain on Memorial Day and the evening of Memorial Day, but the chance is only 30 to 40%. So no major washouts for us on Memorial Day itself. Keep your plans. Just know that 1 or 2 pop-up downpours may develop. We'll talk about that in a bit, but first I want to get you through your Saturday and your Sunday. It's going to be hot today. We're going to be looking at temperatures right now, which are already on the warm side, near 80 degrees, climbing pretty quickly. By 10, it'll be 84 and partly cloudy. By noon, we're going to be at 90 degrees, already hot and humid around noon, and in the afternoon, 98 for the high with a peak heat index of 103 in San Antonio, and warm this evening too, with temperatures falling into the 80s after sunset. Peak heat index of 102 at Rio Medina. A lot of people going to be out at Medina Lake, even though it's only 2% full. 102 in Converse, 102 in Floresville. Canyon Lake, 96 for the peak heat index, in the upper 90s in the hill country too. So let's talk about our next chance for rain. Let's talk about that chance for rain on Monday, Memorial Day itself. Upper level low is going to be bringing a cool front through North Texas on Sunday night and Monday. This is going to fire off some storms Sunday night and Monday, mainly for the Dallas-Fort Worth area on Monday itself. but we do have to watch carefully to see how far south those storms get. I do think that there is a chance for severe weather, especially up near Dallas, Fort Worth. But even here in San Antonio on Memorial Day itself, we're going to be watching carefully, because if a storm develops, then hail and gusty winds would be possible. Now, the chance on Monday and Monday night is 30 to 40%, so not a slam dunk guarantee for rain, but it is something to keep our eyes on. We'll be keeping you posted as we look at those showers and storm possibility. Basically, the bottom line is do not cancel your Memorial Day outdoor plans. Just have the KSAT Weather Authority app handy. It's got a radar on there. If you need to duck inside, you can. You need to have that plan in effect. But we'll be keeping an eye on things.
Oh, but we need the rain, so.
Absolutely. I mean, we were just talking about stage 5 restrictions, unprecedented in the Edward Aquifer Authority's history.
Thank you, Sarah. All right, it's 6:50, 78 degrees. Coming up on GMSA, a local teen chasing his dreams. Why he needs your help to get him to a national stage. All right, South Texas, listen up. A local senior has a unique opportunity to become a student reporter at the upcoming National High School Musical Theater Awards in June. I'm surprised Sarah Spivey didn't do this when she was in high school. But first, he needs 60 seconds of your time to like and share. Patty Santos introduces us to Jose Morales, a Josie Award student reporter.
I am here with Jose Morales, who has an opportunity to go to New York City to represent San Antonio, South Texas, and Texas as a whole. Tell me what you're doing.
Yes, I am currently the 2025 Majestic Student Reporter, and I'm gunning for that role as the 2025 Jimmy Award Student Reporter.
The Jimmy Award showcases the best high school musical talent in the nation. Morales is one of 10 finalists nationwide competing to be a student reporter at that event. He needs Texans to spend 1 minute watching a video he made.
We are currently at about 30,000 views. So to get to that next level, we need to become one of the most engaged with videos. So if you could just have like one person throughout the city interact, whether that be on Facebook or Instagram, we can secure a spot of being one of the most represented people there.
The Roosevelt High School senior has a background in theater and is now developing his skills in marketing, social media design, and digital journalism. He showed me how quick it is to give him a vote.
Go to your Instagram.
Okay.
And then you're going to go to your search.
Okay.
Type in Majestic Empire FDN, right? That account right there. And our pinned reel right here.
That top reel.
That top reel with my face on it.
Okay.
We're going to watch all 60 seconds of this.
I can't scroll.
You can't scroll. You have to watch the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And as we're watching this, go ahead and comment.
So I have to watch the whole thing and we're done.
Find his video and like it before May 30th on KSAT.com.
We wish him the best of luck. We have a lot of theater kids in journalism. They ended up doing a pretty good job. Sarah's over there waving her hand. All right, 6:55, 78 degrees. Let's take a look outside with TransGuide. I know a lot of people might be hitting the roads this morning, making their way maybe down to the coast for Memorial Day weekend. Please stay safe out there. If we see any issues on the roads, we will let you know.